In this video, I'm really excited to teach you guys how to customize your website. We're going to do a really quick walkthrough. I'm not going to go into too much detail because, you could really spend hours editing your website to make it look really cool, but I want to just show you kind of the bare bones about how to customize it. A couple tips. Shopify makes designing a website very easy. So if you guys don't have any web design experience, do not worry. I'm going to show you how to do it without any experience at all. Another tip, it'd be helpful to have at least 4 to 5 collections before customizing your website. And the reason is because once you go to customize your website, you can input collections wherever you want them to show up on your website. And I'll show you what I mean. So let's go back to the Shopify dashboard. And real quick, before we dive in, I went ahead and created a couple of collections. I'm going to stick with the example of me selling iPhone cases. So I made a collection called unicorn iPhone cases. I made a collection called rubber, meaning rubber iPhone cases. I made a collection called foodie, so iPhone cases with pictures of food on them, which is kind of funny. And then I made another collection called trending. You notice that the collections can really be anything, right? You can make another collection called sales items where you throw all of the products that are on sale in there. You can make a collection about anything. But I wanted to point this out for you. I also want to point out that in the trending collection, I added 3 products. All right. And you'll see why I mentioned this, because when I go to customize my store, some of these collections and some of these products will pop up when I add them in. So to customize your store in this collection so that when I showcase it on my homepage, people don't have to click on the collection to see the iPhone cases. They will see all the coolest iPhone cases right here, the actual products. And I'll click select. So now instead of unicorn, it says trending to represent the trending collection I created. You'll notice that 3 products were populated, and that's because in my collection for trending, I added 3 products, right? I added that earlier in preparation for this video. And that is why I told you to keep an eye out for that when I customize my design. So ideally, I would have 1 more product to fill this out to make it a nice even 4 products. You can also change the number of rows. So right now there's only 2 rows. You could change it, well, right now you only see 1 row. And you could change it so there's 2 rows, there's 3 rows. So you would see, if I were to add in more products in this collection, they would show up right under this. There would be a bunch of rows of product cases. For now, I'm just going to leave it as 1 row. So this is 1 row here, and it's going to show 4 iPhone cases. I should have added a 4th one in the collection, but I didn't, so only 3 are showing. And that's okay, because this is just an example. So we finished the header, we finished slideshow, we finished collection list, we finished trending. We finished the showcase collection, which was this one right here, which is trending collection. And now we're going to go to image with text, which is this one right here. I don't know what I would use this for if this was my actual Shopify theme. If I would honestly just showcase another interesting collection here. So you can really do anything with this. So let's edit it. I'm going to click this here, right? You could edit the image, right? So I'm going to make an eye-catching image. Let me use this image. Ideally, you wouldn't use an image twice, but let's assume I didn't use the image for my slideshow, and I want the image right here. And then after that, what do I want to write in the text section? Maybe I could write about us, right? And then you see about us, and then I could tell a story about my brand. Let's say maybe all of my iPhone cases were created by recycled plastic products, and I want to talk about how organic my iPhone case is. Or maybe there's a cause, a charitable cause, that whenever someone buys my iPhone case, I donate money to a charity. You can write anything that you want to share your brand, share your story, share your products. And again, this section may not even exist in a different theme. It just happened to exist in the theme I chose. So we are an iPhone case company. We use recycled products to create our cases. Obviously, that's not true, but I'm just kind of giving you an example. And then you can align your your text as well. You can align it to the left, the center. If I click center, then now you can see it's centered. And that's it. And then I could click, I'm done. So there you have it. We finished the header, slideshow, collection, trending, and about us. Now we're going to look at the footer. The footer is this entire black section. And within the footer, the theme has added the footer menu. All right. So the footer is keep in mind, the footer is the entire black section. And within the footer section is the footer menu. So there's footer menu here, right? So I could click footer menu and I could edit this footer menu if I click this button, which will bring me back to this navigation page here. So I'm gonna click backwards real quick. So in the navigation section, there are two menus. There's a menu called footer menu and there's a menu called main menu. As of right now, in my Shopify store theme, I have the main menu in the header section and the footer menu in the footer section. But technically, I could make the main menu in the header section and in the footer section, right? It's up to you. It's up to you to choose what menu you want to be in the footer section. You don't even need a menu in the footer section if you didn't want to. But the reason they use a different menu in each section is because you may not want all of these different buttons also showing in your footer. You may want to use a much more simpler menu for your footer menu. And that's why there are two menus by default, a footer menu and main menu. Footer menu really just has a search button, right? Which is this button right here, search for products. But the main menu is a little bit more comprehensive. It has a home, it has catalog. So it's really up to you which one you want to choose. So I'm just going to leave it as is. So in my footer, I'm going to leave the footer menu, but I could always change it. And I could change it by going here and clicking footer menu and then adding different, I could add different things here. You can add a different submenu to your footer menu. But I'm just going to leave it as is. There's a follow us button, right? Follow us right here. Click left. And that means to follow them as far as their social media content or whatever. And then you could add content right here. You could add text. So you could just add a text bar. See, there's text now. Or you can just remove it. Maybe I like it the way it is, so I'll just click remove content. I'll just leave the footer as having a footer menu and a follow us button. And that's it. That is, see how fast I created that store? One thing I want to point out. So earlier I talked about, I recommended everyone to purchase a Shopify theme. And the difference between a Shopify theme that's paid for versus free, this is a free theme. You'll notice that the footer menu is very bare bones. There's not a lot of buttons here. There's not a lot of things going on. The main menu up here is also pretty bare bones. When you purchase a paid theme, they have all these interesting add-ons. They have a way of making all of these sections look even more professional and having more options for your header and just the way the entire website is designed is just a little bit more complex. And that is why in this video, I'm really excited to teach you guys how to customize your website. We're going to do a really, really quick walkthrough. I'm not going to go into too much detail because, you could really spend hours editing your website to make it look really, really cool. But I want to just show you kind of the bare bones about how to customize it. A couple tips. Shopify makes designing a website very, very easy. So if you guys don't have any web design experience, do not worry. I'm going to show you how to do it without any experience at all. Another tip, it'd be helpful to have at least 4 to 5 collections before customizing your website. And the reason is because once you go to customize your website, you can input collections wherever you want them to show up on your website. And I'll show you what I mean. So let's go back to the Shopify dashboard. And real quick, before we dive in, I went ahead and created a couple of collections. I'm going to stick with the example of me selling iPhone cases. So I made a collection called Unicorn iPhone cases. I made a collection called Rubber, meaning rubber iPhone cases. I made a collection called Foodie, so iPhone cases with pictures of food on them, which is kind of funny. And then I made another collection called Trending. You notice that the collections can really be anything, right? You can make another collection called Sales Items where you throw all of the products that are on sale in there. You can make a collection about anything. But I wanted to point this out for you. I also want to point out that in the Trending collection, I added 3 products. All right. And you'll see why I mentioned this, because when I go to customize my store, some of these collections and some of these products will pop up when I add them in. So to customize your store, you're going to go to Online Store, and it will bring you to this page here, and then you're going to click the button Customize. So once I click this, it should bring me to this page here. So this is the theme I chose earlier. You notice that the theme itself tried to input collections for me, but I'm going to edit them right now. So you'll notice that each section of your theme coincides with one of the sections here on the left side. So header means this top black section. Slideshow means the slideshow right here. So you can add some big pictures, and you can go from one image to another image. All right. And right now there's only 2 images in the slideshow. You can make it so there's 3 images or 4 images. You can adjust how fast the slideshow changes from picture to picture. Here they're showing 3 collections that you can show on your homepage. So right now we're on the homepage. If I click Kevin Princeton here, or if I click home, it will bring me back to this page, right? So this is a dynamic customization. You can actually navigate even though you're in the customization settings. So here there's 3 collection titles, and that means collection lists. Here is this is a section where you can showcase one of your collections. So right now the theme has already pre-chosen a collection, and I can change that collection in just a bit. It also shows some of the products within this collection, and you can rename the collections as well. And then here's an image with a text, and that coincides with this right here. And then here's your footer, which is down here. You can add sections. You can also hide any of the sections you see on your homepage by clicking this button right here, which is an eye. If I click that, it will hide that section. You can move sections around from like this, but for now I'm just going to leave it as is. All right. So for the header, let's start here. So the header again is this dark black section where your menu is, your search item, your shopping cart, and the name of your website. So I'm going to edit my header first. I'm going to start from the top, and I'm going to move my way all the way down through all these sections. All right. So let's start with header. I'm going to click header right now. So you have the option, or at least this theme has the option of inputting a little logo image. I'm assuming if I input a logo, it will go right here. It will replace the word Kevin Princeton. And you can adjust the width of that logo. Obviously, if you're going to put a logo here, I would choose a horizontal logo. So you would just select images, and then you would upload an image from your computer, okay? The main menu. So this is currently this is the menu of your header. Right now there's only 2 submenus, home and catalog. If I click home, obviously it brings me to the home page. If I click catalog, it brings me to my product page, and it'll show every single product I have regardless of what collection it's in. And then earlier I talked about choosing product types and tags. Well, you can filter by your tags right here. So depending on the theme you choose, you can filter your products by the tags you inputted when you imported that product. You could also sort your products by alphabetical, low to high, date, old or new. But again, depending on the theme you choose, they may have different ways of filtering your products. That's why I said spend a lot of time choosing a theme you really like. So let's go back to home. I'm going to click header again to edit it. So let's say you want to edit this menu. You want to add another page here, or add some kind of editing to the navigation. You would just click edit menu. When you click edit menu, it will bring you back to the Shopify dashboard. It will bring you right here where it says navigation under online store. And if I click backwards once, this is actually the highest level of the navigation menu. And you'll see that in the navigation, there are 2 menus created. One menu is called the footer menu, and one menu is called the main menu. And in the main menu, if I go back now, you'll see that there's home and catalog. So if I go back here to the customization, you'll see that within the header section, the menu that was selected was the main menu. So by selecting main menu here, main menu, I've essentially used this menu as my header. And within the main menu are 2 items, a home submenu and a catalog submenu. And you'll notice that those are the 2 things that pop up here. I can very easily remove this main menu and instead, choose a footer menu to be at the header of my website, but I don't want that. I want the main menu to be at the top of my website. And you can add different menu items here. You can name a submenu anything you want, and you can link that menu to a particular page. And you can choose page, you can link it to a collection, you can link it to a blog post. Pages are different pages of your website. For example, you can add a frequently asked question page, you can add a contact page, and to edit your pages, you would just click pages here and you can add some of those contact or FAQ pages. So you can link your menu to anything, all right? So I'm just trying to show it to you. I'm not going to change anything right now. And then you could change the text in the announcement bar. So for example, if I do show announcement and I type 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll see that this red bar just popped up. And you could say free, you could say something exciting like free shipping on all items or something big. I would spend more time writing that, but you could write something as simple as that. So that is your header, which is this black and red section now, okay? Let's go to the slideshow. So the slideshow is this section here, right? So if I click slideshow, I'll go to the advanced details. And you'll see right now there are 2 slides, and you'll see here it says 1 of 2. I could add a 3rd slide, right? And now it says 3 of 3. You can remove slides, you can add slides. You could change how fast the slides go from one slide to the next. So I like my slides to change fast. So I'm gonna click 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds, when someone comes to my website, every 3 seconds this picture will change to another slide. I'm gonna add in some images right now. So I'm gonna add my first images. I'm gonna click this, and I'm gonna click select images. I found some images before I created this video, so I'm just gonna upload those images. I thought this image was cool. I'll upload them. And in another video, I will teach you where you can find some copyright-free images, right? But I've already done that step in preparation for this video. So I click select, and now you can see my very first slide is this really cool image I found of all these iPhone cases, because in this example, I'm selling iPhone cases. So I want a really eye-catching image as at the very top of my homepage, because remember, this is my homepage. If I go to the second slide, you'll notice that there is no image, because that's because I haven't added an image yet. So now I'm going to go to slide number 2. I'm going to add another image. I'm going to upload it from my computer. I found this cool image here. Actually, I'll use this image. I thought this image was kind of cool. And there you go. Now I have 2 images. This will be, oh shoot, sorry about that. This will be the first image people see when they visit my website. And then after 3 seconds, the image should rotate to this second image right here. For the sake of time, I'm just going to add 2 images. I'm going to delete this 3rd one. So to delete it, you click it, and then at the bottom, it should say remove content. So now I only have 2 slides. So let's say we are done with that section, right? So we finished the header section, we finished the slideshow. Let's go to collection lists. So collection list is this section right here, right? And if you want to get to the section faster, you could always just click it like this, and it'll bring you to the section that it corresponds with. So this section is easy. It essentially shows 3 of your collections. So all I'm going to do is upload 3 collections that I have. You'll notice that there's an image with each one of these collections. This image here is dictated by the image you uploaded when you created the collection. So in another video where I teach you how to create a collection, I will teach you to add an image for that collection. And that image is important because that's the image that will show up when you customize your theme. So let's try it out. So let's go to the very first collection right here, and I'm going to click it, and I'm going to click select collection. This is why I recommend you creating your collections, or at least some of your collections, before you customize your design, so that when you customize them, you can easily choose the collections that already exist on your Shopify dashboard. So these are the 4 collections I've already created. If you don't remember, I'll go to them right now. So the 4 collections I have are excuse me. The 4 collections I have are trending, foodie, rubber, and unicorn iPhone cases. So I'm going to choose the first one as the unicorn iPhone cases, and I'm going to click select. You also notice that the the name of this collection, unicorn iPhone cases, is the name you provided it here. So the name is also very important. You'll notice that my names are not matching up. I should have wrote rubber iPhone cases and foodie iPhone cases, but I didn't. And I did that purposefully so that you could see the differences. So now I'm going to add a second collection. Do the exact same thing. Click select collection. I'm going to do a foodie collection here. Click select. And now you can see unicorn iPhone cases, foodie iPhone cases. And these are the images, again, that were uploaded when I created the collection. So for example, you see these 8 unicorn iPhone cases. If I go to unicorn iPhone cases and I look at, this is the image I uploaded for that collection. And that's also the image that shows up right here. Right now, because these names don't match up, this says foodie, this says unicorn iPhone cases, I'm going to edit this to just say unicorns, right? So I'm going to change this to unicorns, and I'm going to click save. All right. That should update in this area as well. If I were to refresh, oh, there you go. See, now it says unicorns as opposed to unicorn iPhone cases. And then I'm going to choose my third collection to represent this third box. Click select collection. I'm going to click rubber, meaning rubber iPhone cases. And then there you have it. I finished the second section. So we finished header, we finished slideshow, we finished collection list. And now let's go to the third section. So this third section is essentially an area that I guess in this theme at least showcases one of your collections. And it actually shows products within that collection. So I'm going to change it. Right now they selected unicorns as the collection to showcase. I'm going to change it. I could either change or remove or click edit collection. I'm going to click change. And instead of using unicorns, I'm going to click trending. So maybe I have a collection where I show trending products that I think people should really see when they visit my homepage. Because remember, the more, right now I'm editing my homepage. So I want to think about what customers want to see or what I want customers to see. And I'm going to make a collection called trending, and I'm going to add all of the coolest iPhone cases in this collection so that when I showcase it on my homepage, people don't have to click on the collection to see the iPhone cases. They will see all the coolest iPhone cases right here, the actual products. And I'll click select. So now instead of unicorn, it says trending to represent the trending collection I created. You'll notice that 3 products were populated, and that's because in my collection for trending, I added 3 products, right? I added that earlier in preparation for this video. And that is why I told you to keep an eye out for that when I customize my design. So ideally, I would have one more product to fill this out to make it a nice even 4 products. You can also change the number of rows. So right now there's only 2 rows. You can change it. Well, right now you only see 1 row. I recommend getting a paid Shopify theme. But as you can see, a free Shopify theme is not that bad. This one looks pretty good to me. Obviously it needs some editing and some additional work, but I just wanted to show you how to quickly customize a Shopify store. I hope that was helpful and that you guys get the chance to do it soon. I'll see you on the next video.